I was actually inspired by the time that I worked as a matchmaker. I think that walking away from that job, I always knew that I was going to write something about it.
So, hi, I'm Carla from Cineworld Cinemas. We cannot wait to bring this movie to all of our screens across the UK and Ireland. Firstly, I need to admit, I was expecting it to be a bit more of a traditional rom-com, but it was so much more than I was expecting. Like, I sat with it for the rest of the day and sort of started having a bit of an existential crisis about what even is the point and meaning of anything. What made you come up with the story? Like, how did you get to this journey?
Well, I was actually inspired by the time that I worked as a matchmaker, which I did in my 20s, for just about 6 months, not very long. But I think that I learned more about people and what's in their hearts in those 6 months than I did in any other part of my life. And I think that walking away from that job, I always knew that I was going to write something about it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of like cynicism and like quite a pragmatic approach to sort of like dating, love and marriage in this movie. But what do you hope sort of the messages that audiences take away after they've seen the film?
Well, I feel like we don't want to give anything away, but I feel like that's the cynicism and then the practical ways of approaching dating, which I think is everywhere, especially behind closed doors between our friends and things like that. And I think what I wanted more than anything is for it to be a bit of a mirror, especially in the beginning of the film. And I think that throughout the journey of our main character, Lucy, who's played by Dakota Johnson, we're going to get to see the way that that mirror is going to start to crack. And it's going to start to fall apart a little bit, too.
Yeah, and sort of realize what isn't important.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about like what matters in our lives, what's valuable to us.
Yeah. And so some of the things, again, I'm trying to not give any spoilers here, but some of the sort of topics that come up and the sort of quite deep, dark, secret statements that people make and things that people admit to. Is this things that you actually like experience in real life, or was this sort of hinted at and you sort of took it to the extreme?
Well, I think that I think that people are more honest with the matchmaker than they're with their therapist. But I think that the most important thing is that I think in our hearts, the thing that we feel very deeply more than anything is that we actually want to feel freed from human loneliness. And I think that love is the only cure to loneliness, which is why we participate in this very difficult thing, which is dating.
Yeah.
And I think dating is a different thing because dating is a game we play in search of love. So I think that there is a way that dating is something that all of us having to participate in so that we can have this ancient mystery and a holy miracle that is love. That's always been here and that is going to be uninterested in any of the numbers that we might bring up, any of the algorithms or anything like that we talk about in dating.
Yeah. And you make some really interesting sort of directing choices in this film. Like one scene that stuck with me so much, and I feel like I'm not giving too much spoilers talking about the scene, but she's set in an office and she's having this really serious conversation while people are sort of starting to get excited behind her, and then they all come in and there's this sort of celebration happening around her while the camera is focused on her, having this really sort of existential, dramatic feeling in turmoil internally. How do you come making these decisions?
Well, I think that the story of the movie and the character is always going to trigger how I make the movie. So the thing that I'm always looking to is like what the story of the character is. And I wrote it thinking that that was going to be the way that I want to depict that moment because it's actually about how she feels so isolated from this job that used to be like she used to be at the center of.
Yeah, that she would have joined the celebrations.
Yeah,
normally.
exactly. She would have joined it. She would have been at the center of it. She was celebrated in it. And then, of course, you see the way that she feels so separated from it, and you get to see how she's changing. So I think that so much of it is about the way that the characters are moving through the world, and that's always going to hold the answers for how I want to direct it.
And one final question that we ask everyone.
Yeah.
What is your favorite part about seeing a film in a cinema environment?
Well, I feel like as somebody who makes a movie, the thing is like I'm always making the movie for the cinematic experience because, you know, like myself, every single department head, my cinematographer and my sound designers, all of us are making this movie for the movie theaters. So you're getting to see the way that the filmmakers and the cast too, all of us are making this for the movie theater. So you get to see the movie as the filmmakers, cast and crew, and myself have intended. So I think that that is something that I feel like is completely the way that I dream of you seeing this movie. On the other hand, I feel like it's amazing that I get to invite you to the movie theater for 2 hours to sit in the dark with strangers and for all of us to be together in thinking about and talking about love, relationship, marriage, dating. And what an amazing invitation that is. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank
I
you
think
so
that's all we have
much.
time for. Thank you.
You're the same as always.
Really? I was hoping you'd say I was different. Guess then I wouldn't be the guy that lost you. You seeing anyone?
Yeah.
Not gonna marry him, are you?
Why not?
Because he's good looking and rich. Probably doesn't have roommates.
That's my charger. What the?
And how is David?
He moved in with his fiance.
The TikTok girl?
She does OnlyFans now, too.
Good for him.
You're exactly what I'm looking for, and I know I can make your life better.
When I see your face, I see wrinkles and children that look like you. So where does that leave us?
You're looking for a nursing home partner and a grave buddy. Who our partner is determines our whole life. Not for 1, 2, 10 years, but forever.
Oh my God. I need you so badly.
Yeah, I'm desperate.